Want to better your phone skills? Don't count calls, count conversations, and count meaningful ones. Let's talk about why. Hi, I'm JB with Marketing 360, and we help small businesses grow with our marketing and design, talent, and technology through our #1 marketing platform, Marketing 360. We call marketing and design MAD, and we love MAD. And hopefully these videos will help you fall in love with MAD too. So make sure to follow us to learn tips, tricks, and strategies to grow your business and fuel your brand. So many people in phone sales are so focused on counting calls. How many calls did I make? How many calls was I on? That kind of a thing. And that's just not effective. What's important to count is meaningful conversations. If you stop counting calls and start counting meaningful conversations, you're gonna see your sales increase. So let's break down 6 reasons why. So first off, how do you do this? How do you count meaningful conversations? Super simple. Just have a stick tab right on your desk. And as you're working through the day, mark a note with a stick figure there whenever you have a meaningful conversation. If you gained any kind of ground on the call, that was a meaningful conversation. You got somewhere. Go ahead and mark it. That way, as you work through the day, you'll start to see how many meaningful conversations you had. The goal is to have 10. If you have at least 10 meaningful conversations for the day, you're gonna see an increase in sales and effectiveness. So don't count calls. Don't try to have 50 calls or 100 calls, that kind of a thing. Focus on meaningful conversations, and by doing that, you're gonna be seeing increased sales month over month. So let's talk about really 6 reasons why this is so important. Reason number 1 is there's good fishing days and bad fishing days. By counting meaningful conversations on a good fishing day, you're just every contact's gonna be meaningful conversation, and maybe by 10 a.m., you've kind of hit your 10 quota for the day. That alleviates some pressure and allows you just to spend the rest of your day just focused on gaining additional ground, right? There's gonna be days of bad fishing too, though, where you're just making so many calls, can't get a hold of anybody, can't gain any kind of a ground. And so here's the deal. When you're trying to have 10 meaningful conversations, some days you may need to stay late. On a bad fishing day, it may come to the end of the day and maybe you're only at 8. That'll force you to stay a little bit later and make those additional calls to keep you on track and the pacing that you need to meet your goals for the week and for the month. Now, if you have those days where you just can't hit those numbers for whatever reason, that next day, maybe you fell too short, you're gonna need to get 12 the next day. The key is don't allow yourself to fall behind, stay disciplined to averaging 10 meaningful conversations a day and you're gonna see success. Second reason this is a good program and a good philosophy is that you work your entire pipe. What happens when you're making meaningful conversations is you're gonna start on those bad fishing days digging deeper into your pipe. You're gonna call people maybe you would have otherwise skipped. You're gonna really call everybody that you can because you need to have those 10 meaningful conversations before you can leave. It's almost like prison. I can't get out of here until I have my 10 meaningful conversations. So I'm gonna work my entire pipeline and that's gonna equate to me getting more sales. Reason number 3 is you're gonna hate the answering machine. When you're counting calls, you like it. You're actually, if you get the answering machine, hey, I can count that call, right? Not with meaningful conversations. You can't count an answering machine because you didn't gain any ground. So you can't count it. So it's just this mental thought process entering the call of success. I want to achieve success here. I need to get a hold of the contact or the lead and I need to make progress, and it's a better mindset to be in for sales. Reason number 4 is it prevents you from going through the motions. There's a lot of salespeople in phone sales that call for the sake of calling. They're just calling because they think they need to make calls and they're counting calls. And so they're going through the motions, they lack focus, and you need to be laser focused and confident in sales. And when you're targeting a meaningful conversation, you're gonna have that mindset that you need to win. Reason number 5 is it's gonna force you to call at different times. When you're just focused on calls, a lot of times you don't think about when you called last, so you're just making calls for the sake of making calls. You're not thinking proactively about when to call. So when you're looking for meaningful conversations, maybe you called them in the morning last time. Well, this time I'm gonna try them in the afternoon. I couldn't get them in the afternoon that time as well. Maybe I'm gonna stay late and call them in one of my evening slots. I still can't get a hold of them. Maybe I'll come in on Saturday real quick and try them then. Maybe then I'll get a hold of them. When I'm targeting to get that meaningful conversation, I'm gonna think differently and it's gonna help me get more sales. Reason number 6 is because it forces you to target actions that generate progress. Don't mistake action with progress. The action of making a lot of calls does not equal progress. Progress occurs when you actually make progress on the calls, which is why you need to track meaningful conversations and not calls to get more sales. Bonus tip of the day, don't lie to yourself. You have to be 100% honest with yourself. Don't count it unless you actually had a meaningful conversation and gained some kind of ground. Don't cheat yourself, right? You're only cheating your paycheck. Make sure that you only count it if you have a meaningful conversation, and if you do that, you're gonna be successful. So thanks for watching. Hopefully this tip helps you get more sales. If you like the video, like it, share it with your friends, leave a comment if you have extra tips, and also subscribe and follow us for more content like this in the future. Happy marketing.